Lady of the faucet, just get it.
Woo! Yeah. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons from me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. Now I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.
Yeah, dog. Welcome to R2R. Welcome, everybody. It is officially Wreck to Riches episode live stream number 47. I'm losing it. Let's change the lighting here. Is that better? That better? That's better. All right. Welcome to live stream number 47, everybody. Happy Thirsty Thursday to you out there in the crypto space. We made it. We got one more day till Friday. Everybody loves Friday. I think we're going to do the pumpkin patch tomorrow with the kids. So I'm excited about that. A lot of you are probably excited for the weekend too. Look how weekend, here we come. So don't forget, we're dual streaming right now. All right. So we're on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, pound the like button. Well, subscribe, post notifications, pound that like button, drop a comment, get the YouTube algorithm going. And then we're over on X as well. If you're on X, or if you don't follow me on Twitter, in the description of the video that is linked up to my X account, follow me. Make sure you pound the like button there, retweet it, and put all your Titanx hashtags. You got to know Titanx hashtag, build on Titanx, Titanx bull run. All that's available. Get the algorithms on both platforms, bumping and grinding. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. You got to do your own research, and don't ever allow a cryptocurrency influencer of any kind on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to crypto, because you could lose it all. Code goes bad. Stuff happens, right? So today we're going to do the Ouroboros 24-hour update. Like my favorite boxing community content creator. Shout out to Showbiz. It's the morning after. Right, the morning after. We did a live stream yesterday, 4:20 in the morning. I was tired. But before we do that, remember, guys, everything we talk about in crypto is high risk, high reward. So if you're looking for an opportunity and you're a meme coin person, right, you got that degen meme coin mentality, you got that itch, no risk to you. I'm presenting this ad. This is for you, for a free tap to earn an airdrop for the Bad Bunny meme token that's soon coming. Check it out.
Yeah, dog. It's Thomas here from R2R. Welcome to the Bad Bunny Tap to Earn free game, where you can earn your free airdrop by simply tapping your screen. All you got to do is follow the instructions in the description of this video. Step number 1, no laptop computers, no desktops, anything like that. You're going to need a smartphone. Step number 2, if you don't have Telegram, download one and log into your Telegram account. Or simply log in if you have one already. Step 3, click the link below in the description, and it's going to take you straight to Bad Bunny, where you can tap to earn your free Bad Bunny meme token airdrop. Let's go!
Hey, you heard the man. That ain't me, but you heard him. You can check it out. All the instructions is in the description of the video. Let's get to the chat. Ryan Torres, thoughts on Alien X? We'll take a look at Alien X shortly here. Not a problem. Jamie X, yo, Thomas, what's going on? What's going on? Fox Mulder, yeah, dog. Crypto Pride, you must be pumped starting the stream early. Yeah, man, you know, I like to kickstart it like 15 minutes early sometimes and just get the show on the road, right? Let's see, Denarius Lewis, keep it up, brother. Love the daily lives. The people need it. Dad, man, appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, smash the like button, retweet it, get everybody on board. So the morning after, right? 24 hours after the fact. This is 1 day old, basically 1 day and like 5 hours old. Ouroboros, right? And it's taken the Titanx ecosystem by storm. All right, I'm going to actually do a live entry. We'll take a look at what I've done so far. Let me pull myself off screen so you guys can see everything as far as what I have here. But here's the thing, guys. I have an entry that I did. All right. And let's see, Vest Oro X. We'll take a look at everything across the board. So I have a 2,820,999,625 deposit that we did yesterday, right? That's looks like it has a little message here, ECP. So when you claim ROX, which is not fully matured, it takes 52 weeks. 52 weeks. It's like over a year plus, right? You will have a clawback penalty. So if you wait it out, pay your future self 52 weeks down the road, you get the benefit of collecting your scored amount of tokens. That show 470,166. ROI 25,650. It's a beautiful thing. And then I had another one I did. So what I'm doing is I've been swing trading Ouroboros. Excuse me. Swing trading Ouroboros, ORX token, and any profits I'll break off a little bit through some wallets and start making long-term stakes. I'm going to add one for a $500 profit from earlier. But yesterday I added from a swing trade 767,459,708 tokens, which at the end of the road is 120,153. You can claim it in 27 days. Again, you'll take a hit. You'll be able to forfeit 24,089. The drip ORX, I believe this is for the people that enter with Ethereum. So look at your allocation for Ethereum is now done. It is now done. You cannot enter with Ethereum. The remaining allocation for Ethereum is at 0. So a ton of ETH came in. The allocation didn't even last 24 hours. Last time I looked at it, there was like 200 remaining allocation. So that's done, over and done with, right? That's how bullish people are and the sentiment around this platform. Not only that, 1.79 trillion OROX tokens has come into the smart contract to participate for the OROX mint. And there's that vesting period, right? The 52 weeks, you wait that long, you get, the full balance. So you got to think more is coming. And here's the beautiful thing here. The buy and burn has every penny, every Titanx that's entered the contract because 100%, right? 100% of the Titanx that comes into this platform gets set here to buy and burn ORX, right? And right now you see, I don't know if it's triggered right now, but you've seen it do several buys and burns. I've seen about like 5,000 tokens bought and burned so far. It'll update down here, all right? And then you can see the chart. It shows you here. There's only up to 10 trillion Titanx can come into the smart contract. Then it's capped out. So ETH is over with. You can't get in with ETH. And then when we cap out with 10 trillion Titanx, which can happen in the next week. I mean, if we stay at 1.5 trillion per day, it's going to end in about a week's time, fairly quick. And then whoever's in is in, right? You position yourself. You say and determine, am I going to wait the next 27 days? I'm going to wait a year. I always look down the road. I like to pay my future self. Let's take a look. Jesse Johnson ain't no live like R2R live because the dudes live ain't it, live ain't it. Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. Refresh your screen to see if deposit goes away. Let's take a look here. Refresh the screen. And yeah, I can do that real quick. Let me refresh that screen. Refresh that screen for you. All right. Let's see. The deposit went away. Huh. I wonder why that is. Oh, this is why. So that went away. and the ETH deposit is gone because it no longer exists. The allocation is now 0. So that's why. So I refresh the page. Your only entry, now that the ETH allocation is done, nobody else can enter with ETH into this protocol. It's a wrap, right? It is a complete wrap. No more Ethereum entries. Congratulations if you got in. Buy and burn at this stage is a waste of Titanx. It's not using the Titanx right now. It's only done like maybe like a billion at a time, 4 different times. So yeah, they're toggling it to use it whenever they feel is absolutely the best time. They're not blowing that money right now. There's only 1.1 billion, 1,687,372,972,533 Titanx left out of the 1.79 trillion that went in, and it max caps at 10 trillion. So they'll toggle it whenever it makes sense. But if we go look at the price of ORX token, man, I started buying this thing below $1, at $1, at $1.50. I sold close to over $2.50. I've been swinging it so that I can get some more positions. But check it out, man. What could a token like this end up doing? You know, the protocol in 27 days is when people will be able to collect their ROX early, but they're going to take a penalty. They're not going to collect a lot. But it's lined up in a position where when this takes off, as far as the lending side, right, it's going to be one of those things where lending will be available on OROX right about the time that people can early claim. Okay. And remember, go out there on Twitter, get your onboards. I show here, I got, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, about 3 pages. Thank you so much for whoever out there supporting the channel and using the link to, go over to Ouroboros and mint under me. I really appreciate you guys. That means a lot. I see some big mentors here. There's a reward system, so go out there. The Twitter algorithm, when you put in Titanx, hashtag Titanx, it's going to pick it up, and you can go out there and get, yourself some people to go underneath you. Again, you don't get those tokens until the end of the road when they either claim early or delayed gratification and pay themselves down the road. 2%, right? So it's not like a huge, like 10% referral or anything like that. It is simply one of those things where, bring myself back here. It's a small amount. So price is looking good. Can it go to $3? Can it go to $4? Can it go to $5? You got to look at ORX like the entire Aave protocol and any other lending protocol. This token could take off. There's not a lot in circulation right now. Let's take a look at what's going on with the tokenomics as far as the wallet holders. So 577,936 tokens, right? At the top wallet, look at it, owns 15,000 or 15,000 plus. He probably went into the farm because guess what? Go to Titanx Farms, right? And voila, you got a 1,549.79% farm here. So let me swap wallets here and take a look at the position that I've added. I did about like $12,000 worth or so, something like that. So it's earning a decent yield. I did that like, what time was it this morning? Like maybe 7:45. About an hour and a half of earnings, right? So you just click the calculator and I can plug in the numbers here. So my value is worth 13,000. The daily on a 1 day earned $553. I could take that, buy some Ouroboro, some OROX tokens, right? And switch up to the Ouroboros wallet. One of them, I have different wallets with different strategies that I'm going to be doing. But right here, let me go in. Let me see if the gas is cheap at this point. If gas is cheap, I'll do it on camera right now. So let me take a look really quick. Look at the comment right here. This could take off in the next 20 days. That's correct. Risky, but you never know. However, the mint hasn't been sold out yet. Any comments on that? The Ethereum is done, right? And 10 trillion Titanx, that's a lot, brother. It's already 1.79 in 24 hours. That's a good amount. 1.7 trillion Titanx. Okay, so we weren't thinking that 10 trillion was going to sell out in 24 hours. We don't want that because there wouldn't be a possibility for more people to enter. ETH is done. You can't enter with ETH. That's plus. It was like a few hundred ETH that was available for allocation. Forget the exact number, but we got a little bit of ways to go with the Titanx. That can end in a week's time, and it's a wrap. So it's running beautifully. Yeah, you can speculate really anything you want here. It's all comes down to participation, but the participation here is solid. Okay, the participation here is absolutely solid. I love it. So let me do an example here. I'm just going to look at the gas on my wallet really quick. $22 to do this right now. Do I want to do it right now? Let me check my wallet and see if I got enough spare gas in this mode. Yeah, you know what? Just for educational purposes, for the live stream, I could pay less later, but hey, man, you never know. There might not be a later. Look at the Ethereum allocation's gone. We ain't gonna risk it. We risk it for the biscuit, but we don't miss it for the biscuit. We don't miss anything. When the opportunity's there, and I see it there, I take it. So I'm gonna deposit. This is about $500 worth of Titanx from a trade, right? I'm gonna deposit $25 gas fee. Went up $3 for talking, for flapping my yapping away, right? And it's going to enter here in the deposit section. I may have to refresh it. I'll refresh it if I need to. And boom, there it is. I got a new position. 21,860. 21,860 ROI. And that's because of the parabolic price moving right now. You'll see going back here to the tab. Pull myself back up real quick. Listen, I'm looking, if I'm being realistic here, right? The farm is up. People are hyped about it. What would create the next event of FOMO? Well, Friday, the testnet is going to happen, right? The testnet is going to happen Friday for the lending aspect. So the big utility part of OuroX token and why it's here is going to be in the testnet phase on Friday. So once users go and utilize the testnet, in addition to that, the farming that's going on, there could be a whole new, what they call a catalyst of an event that takes place that could be more price appreciation. But again, it's only 24 hours, right? It had a huge run up. You'll see here the $2.76 it corrected. Now it's just kind of trading, right? The next move I feel like can happen in the next few days by Monday and go woo, or it can happen sooner, or it can go down, depending on what people want to do with their tokens, right? This is an open market. People make their own decisions, but again, there's high APR right now in the farms. So everyone has a different strategy. The only thing I feel at this point that I'm like, okay, I need to get more is seeing when I see 2 trillion, then 3 trillion, and as it gets closer to 10 trillion, I might just keep dumping heavier amounts instead of doing small amounts, right? These were larger. This one's only a $500 one, but you got to remember, I feel comfortable putting $500 up and collecting it 52 weeks versus if I do 10,000, like right now, I may want to collect and get the penalty down the road. So I don't know. I want to strategize and do a stake or do a Titanx entry into ORX daily until it's not available. Because if you wanted to ladder like stake and say like do a staking ladder like you would have done with Hex or miners like Titanx and say I want one to come out every Friday once a week. Well, you won't be able to do that once the allocation phase for depositing Titanx is over, just like it's over for ETH. And everybody started talking about ETH last night in my chat. We're like, you got to get into the ETH side, right? So the FOMO kicked in. Once this starts to draw further towards 10 trillion, it'll finish off. And I would predict in no more than 2 weeks, the deposits for Titanx will be done too. And that's where you get the people that are like I need to buy this token, because the logical thing to think here, and most people are saying, well, when you can collect your tokens, right, after 27 days, you're not collecting all of them. You're taking a fee. You're only going to get a small portion. So they're not going to get a ton of tokens. That's probably likely where the buy and burn is going to be kicked in. And then there's going to be, if you click here at the top, right, this test net right here is going to go live. And you see USDX is not supported on this network, switch to Ethereum. It's not up and working yet, right? When that goes live for the test net and people get a taste of what can happen when they launch it, it's supposed to launch right around the time people can start claiming those tokens. Remember, they're going to pay a forfeit fee, a penalty, but they can. It's not going to be a ton of tokens. We can probably burn through that with the Titanx that we have, but we will see. So to get more like in tune with what's going to be happening in the upcoming testnet, you're going to be learning how to utilize the USDX stablecoin. So imagine making a ton of profits in Titanx and then having a stable token within the Titanx ecosystem to park during a bear market. Okay, that's massive. So it's an innovative multi-collateral CDP stablecoin for the Titanx ecosystem. USDC represents an innovative multi-asset collateralized debt position style stable asset, which uses a system of arbitrage and direct exchange to issue an asset USDX, right? So just come and read about this, prepare yourself and familiarize yourself with what could possibly be done here. And I recommend on Friday, if it's on target on time, after studying, everything about borrowing, the backstop staking aspect, the liquidation part, protocol safety, learning about all these different features that you're going to be able to utilize at some point out of a testnet scenario, then you can be like more in tune of how to use this system, and you'll probably have a more bullish point of view when it comes to ORX token, right? Because you will be able, once this is live, to take the ORX, right? And there's going to be stake your ORX tokens, earn a share of collateral redemption and loan fees. So there's a lot of utility of what you could do with the ORX tokens. And remember, the mass amount of these tokens are not going to come out 27 days from now. These people are going to take a huge hit if they do that, forfeit their future tokens, and get a small amount. Now, if you buy it on the market now and you speculate that the price isn't going to dump later and people will participate in this massive utility option for ORX when it launches, which should be like in the next few weeks, kind of lined up when the claimable amounts are available, the token may not necessarily dump. Especially, like, you got to think of it this way. If it goes to $5 before then, because people are preparing and buying the token to farm, to stack for long term, and to use the options here to stake it and earn, and they understand through the testnet how this is going to operate, more and more people have time to buy and that token to appreciate in price, that when the tokens do come out, it may go from like a $10 to a $5 coin or a $2 to a $1 coin. But there's a lot of things that are going to help. And the liquidity in Titanx farms or Titan farms is going to make it so that we can take the impact of big sales, right, when they do take place. Let's see. So we covered that. What did I want to go? Because now we're in a, let's see, take a look. I don't want to do your homework. You got to go and do your homework. You got to understand, what you're getting into. Remember, you come up with your strategy. It will work as far as your entry until you can't get in. So if you woke up this morning and you were that person that's like, oh, I'm gonna deposit with some ETH. Well, now you can't. One morning, you're probably going to wake up and say, well, I'm ready to go in with some more Titanx for my first day. And you won't be able to if it maxed out at 10 trillion. So it's something you got a little bit of time. 24 hours later, we're almost at 2 trillion. And that's a lot. Let's go to the stats page, even on the Titanx app site, where they've added the stats for this, and let's see where it is on the rankings, right? Let's see where we're at here. Ouroboros is number 6 now. Number 6. It's about to knock out Helios. Probably in the next several hours, it'll knock out Helios. And then its next competitor to take down would be Vault. And you saw what happened yesterday with Vault. The Vault price went down drastically, regardless of the buy and burn. The buy and burn can only do so much, but when there's massive sell pressure, it's going to buy and burn more tokens. But we're seeing where our user base is, where we need more into the ecosystem across the board in Titanx. Because without that, the prices are not going to be able to sustain, even with the buy and burns like Vault has. Vault is awesome, but what happened? People started to sell their Vault to get into ORX. People are up on ORX that got in early when it launched. I saw it launch; it was like 35 cents. And with the 65, I started buying. I'm like, I could have bought. I saw right when the pool was added in the first transaction that happened, and then like I had a moment. I was like, what do I do? I didn't want to initially buy it, but everybody's like, dude, you got to buy it. And here's why. Like, I didn't understand what I was really getting into as far as the ORX token. So there's a lot of opportunity here. I know someone wanted to look at AlienX. We had AlienX launch here. And this is something I've been talking about with my people. Like, so many things are happening in the Titanx ecosystem. All beneficial things are taking place. And what you're going to see out there is a lot of people talk about it. I'll talk about AlienX. We're covered right now real briefly. You're going to see a lot of hype out there. The objective for me is not to get into everything, right? I want to get into the solid basis. So, I mean, first, I was in Titanx, reaping the benefits now. Then Hyper, Dragon X, Hydra, the core is right there. Along came Vault, changed everything. I didn't want to participate in everything else anymore that was coming out. Nothing against the developers, nothing against their tokenomics. It just wasn't as good as an idea. It benefits everybody. I'll support it, talk about it, and recognize what good they're trying to do. But I got to recognize what is best for me and my family, and what's best for the overall ecosystem, which is participation and bringing on new users. So there's going to be a ton of platforms that come out, and not all of them are going to succeed. You may be in a Titanx protocol that may fail, right? It may be on the verge of failing. How do you see signals that's happening? Low users and low participation, they die off. They continue to build and build and build to get the flywheel going, but it just doesn't set off into the sunset or into to the moon. It just dies off into the sunset, really. So that's going to happen, and it's okay. So Alien, let's take a look here, launched today. We'll go to their website too. Take a look at the website. You see, we're going to take a look here. It's my first time looking at Alien, right? Never seen it before. We'll look at the white paper, but right now I see things I recognize. Deposit with Titanx, mint AlienX. Right here, Alien claimable. A lot of this kind of looks AlienX looks just like Vault. That's my first observation. AlienX looks identical to Vault. As far as the setup, I mean, ROI, like claimables right here. We'll read about it. How much Titanx has gone in? 190 billion. Okay. We got to go to the docs. Let's go. Burn. That will show up. It's looking like AwesomeX. A little bit like AwesomeX setup. And first mint page looks like Vault. Everyone looks similar. So this apparently, just looking at it, is going to support Inferno. All right. Let's go take a look at the price of Inferno and see if it's directly impact with just the hype, right? Inferno volume, 432,000 volume. So since they've been added to the farm, they're getting some good volume. liquidity 1 million, $6.5 million market cap. So this is going to support just by looking at it. I'm going to read the docs in a second here. Stats page. I gave them an A for the UI. Looks cool. Kept it basic. They learned from everything else that's launched. What people really, what's user friendly, what's easy to understand, right? And then we'll go to the docs page right here, just so I can see. Now I'm giving you the observation of somebody who's new to the ecosystem too, right? I like to always think like this. When I go into these docs, sometimes it's too overwhelming, and that's what new users might feel. That's kind of the problem we have with Titanx. A lot of people are going to come in as a new user and probably just stick with buying Titanx because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Us more seasoned vets will get into platforms like this and do well, while the new users that will probably onboard that are not too DeFi savvy will probably just buy Titanx, to be honest. But let's see the X files. Mint, Alien X, or your Titanx, we saw that. Minting spans for 8 Earth weeks. Okay, we saw Volt do that in 10 days, mint everything. Now it's hyper deflationary, so this got 2 months. 2 months from now is mid-December. We're going to be in a hyper deflationary period. I think participation will die off during the time where Titanx goes parabolic. By the time Titanx goes hyper deflationary, like full blown, who's going to want to put their Titanx in any protocols? The hope is that you have enough in all the protocols before we get there so that your buy and birds are set and rocking and rolling and strolling and ready to go, right? But if you have, 8 weeks out and you don't go hyper deflationary or whatever it is they're doing here, you got to think kind of like that. So there's the buy and burn, Alien X mint phase. There's a whole lot to read here. Second week, the ratio shifts 1 to 192. This is, as a new user, this is all too much for me. I like it. I like it because it's going to support the ecosystem. That's what I like. That's what I like. But there's a whole lot of verbiage. I'm like a numbers guy. I just need the ratio that I get, right? And then all the other verbiage. Like I'm at that point where I just tune it out unless it's absolutely different, right? Like absolutely positively different. Then I'm like intrigued to read further. Ouroboros was so different. Volt was so different, right? That I'm going to sit there and read and figure it out. I'm already at the UI for Alien X. It looks like Awesome X had a baby with Volt. And then I got this docs and I'm reading it. I'm giving you the perspective of somebody who's looking at this that would be a new user. So if somebody who's used about everything in Titanx and is consolidating to less protocols, when I look at this, it's just too overwhelming for other people to digest. I look at that as how could this bring adoption to benefit me for getting in? When the best thing that has the shiny object syndrome is real in Titanx, the best 2 things that are shining right now are Volt and Ouroboros. So whatever Volt does, builds on this, and that. People will participate in those, and money shifts. You saw money shift from Volt to OuroX yesterday. If something very brand new and innovative comes, you'll see that same shift from OuroX to that too. But a lot of these look identical, right? Identical, like with some twist. But minting phase allocation, yeah, there's a whole lot to go over. I have to do a complete video on this. I can do it like in the next day or so to give it my undivided attention because there's so much to read and learn. And I'm seeing it for the very first time. But I do know that Inferno has like Flux and all kinds of things. So I do my homework and I go and say, well, let's look at Flux. How's Flux doing? They built on that. Are they adding a ton of things that aren't succeeding? That I don't know. Let's take a look. Flux has $50,000 in liquidity, a $2 million market cap, $59,000 volume. I think as an investor for myself, and anyone who looks at that, I go, there's not much participation. So now they built another thing and they're gonna, if this one doesn't work, they're gonna have to build another thing. So sometimes what I think these builders should do is consolidate and work on the one or two things they've made and bring adoption there and make sure it works. So that's just my point on taking a look at it. That's why channels like yours are so important. They help new users learn. Hey man, I appreciate that. Listen, when I do a video, maybe I'll cover Alien X tomorrow to go over the docs, right? I'm going to still keep it Ouroboros, but when I do one, if I do one on Alien X, I'll go through the entire white paper and come up with like a game plan if I were to go in. But to be honest with you, looking at it, just the UI and reading and all the stuff that, it just seems like too much. It's overwhelming. And when I have to think too much in crypto, time goes by so fast, like boom, 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 boom. I only got amount of time to buy this token and go into that, right? I got to spend more time reading something that looks like it's similar to everything else. I get turned off by it, right? So Volt and Ouroboros, outside of everything else that was being done, like Hyper is like the same as Titanx, Hydra is the same as Hyper, but it was made by the core founders, Jake and Eric. Then yeah, I'll mess with it. But we have there's going to be so much more to come. So my Titanx is going to be, Volt and Ouroboros for now, and what I've already been in for miners for Hyper and Hydra, Dragon X and Titanx. And then if something else comes down the line that is so much different and innovative that it's going to be intriguing and everyone's going to be like hyped up about it, then I'll go. But when you offer the burger with some cheese and maybe a little bit of a secret sauce that people are kind of like, let me see what this tastes like, and they bite into it, and they're like, this is the same as Mondo Burger, then I don't know, man. I just think I wish everyone the best in the ecosystem. But Alien X, I hope it succeeds. Looking at the chart, it has the same chart as everything that starts, even Titan X, boom, comes down, and then we'll see where they go. Alien X, will they get on the Titan X farms, Titan farms? We'll see. That'll help them. But let's go see the other Twitter too. Twitter, look at 546 followers, so they're brand new. These are all good guys. I like all these guys, but I don't go out of my way to just hype everything that's in the ecosystem. It would be foolish. I think it's cool. I hope it succeeds. That's all I can say until I review it further. And if for some reason I run into something with that long page of literature that's laid out and I like it, I'll go in. But at this point, from a bird's view, like just from what I saw, I'm chilling. I want to pay my future self with Ouroboros. That's what I want to do. So stay tuned for the buy and burns, guys. Whenever that happens, remember, ETH is done. We'll go back to the price of Ouroboros. I mean, anyone got any questions for me? I'll look at it whatever you guys want. Just put it in the comments. Answer questions. Because then I start what I do is I'm too honest about stuff sometimes. Someone tell me, look at this. And the one thing I don't want to do is bag on another project or not be excited about it. Is not being excited about Alien X a problem? Is that going to make people hate me? I hope. Hopefully not. I just feel like I've been there, done that. So I want more, right? Competition is fierce at this point. You have to bring the heat. You have to take an idea that hasn't even been thought of before you can get my precious Titan X before it goes hyperinflationary. And Volt and Ouroboros are the birth of two major ideas that now they set the trend. People want to do what they're doing and be like them. You got to be the trendsetter. So I think everything that we see after that is just less appealing and consolidation, right? I don't want to own 100 altcoins in crypto. I want to have my Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple other ones. Maybe some people want XRP, and then somebody else wants, Phantom. Cool. But if you own all of them and you stretch your money out, especially in an ecosystem that's small like this, because we still have so much room to grow, That doesn't make sense for me unless it absolutely is mind blowing. Mind blowing. Let's go look at the Titanx farms though, really quick. I want to see if I've earned a decent amount since we refresh this really quick. Because the APR is going to keep dropping. With APR drops, that's good. That means people are buying it up, right? So I'm happy with that. See, look at now it's below 1,000. I'm not gonna make diddly squat unless I go like 20, 30 G's deep on this. And I ain't trying to do all that right now. See, 390. I may just be like, hey, when gas is cheap, I'm gonna pull this and just keep it liquid because if ORX takes off, I end up with more Titanx. It's kind of like, a way to cash out, that's an amount, not all of it, but and that APR was 9,000. So people are participating. 226,000 LP added out of the 1 million. So that means the LP is getting thick. Some people aren't going to be able to dagger that price too much if it gets to, $3, $4, $5 million. And there ain't that big of bag holders, really. They're in farms, so maybe they'll keep it there. Maybe. I feel the same about some projects. Doesn't mean I don't like them. Just won't use my precious Titanx. Yeah, that you have to be picky. You have to be picky, and you have to be smart. I'm not a financial advisor, but when I talk to myself, and prime example, I got up at 4:00 in the morning and live streamed about Ouroboros because I saw the massive innovation of something that in the near future, I can do the lending and all that. That's great. But the big picture is where I feel like the big amount, it's not even until 52 weeks and 1 year down the road, right? Versus like anything else that I wouldn't get up out of bed unless it would, Volt. I'm posting Volt all day. You see nothing but Volt trending. You see nothing but ORX trending, Titanx, Dragonex, Hydra, Hyper. So I want the core stuff, and I want to huddle around those and circle my money and build those positions. Everything else, I can sleep on, and I'm fine. I'm fine. We can go down the list of things that I have as far as tokens that I watch and even see what they're doing. Let's see. Outside, let's see how Volt's doing. Volt's coming back. Volt's coming back just a little bit. I'm going in and out of this bad boy, in and out. Some wallets are holding, some wallets are trading. Got to make that ORX money, right? Money. So, look at Oscar. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Anybody got any questions? Bring them on. But hopefully that helped. I know there's people streaming about Alien X right now. They're streaming about that right now. I think that's the new launch for today. I'll even see. Let me go back to their site. Seems like people are. Yeah, I'm on the other page looking too right now. I can see. 213 billion. That's good. Get that Titanx. Get that Titanx. Take it off the market. Give it to the machines. Give it to the machines. How much? 67,000. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm good. Tomorrow, here's what I'll do. On Twitter, I'll post what project do you want me to live stream about tomorrow? And I'll put Alien X. I'll do an example of what people want, right? I will tell you right now, I want to do what the people want. So I'll post it even right now. What project should I cover during Friday's live stream? Right? And I'm going to tag the Alien X Twitter page, right? So I'm going to tag that page. And I'm going to, who else should I tag? I'm going to see if they want to know about that or the new Viper project that Steve's launching that's Vault, right? So let me do that. Let me do that. You see, it's up to the people. Are they more excited? They want to hear about Alien X, or they want to hear about the new Viper project, right? Can you go over their? Let's see. Can you go over their claim fee versus forfeit on both sides? Okay, let me pull myself off screen. We'll take a look here. So, if you're looking at here, what happens is ORX. If you highlight forfeit, it says ORX are not claimable for at least 28 days. You can choose to claim as early for this particular one. It'll show what yours is as November 13th, 3:45 in the morning for me, for that one, right? So I could forfeit and get out and give up all my tokens right now and get completely wrecked. Why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. But it'll come out of the forfeit stage when it's available to claim. Then you'll be able to claim, but you pay the penalty, right? And you don't get all of the tokens here. The closer you get to 52 weeks of holding, the closer you get to this overall number being what you can extract. And if I reference the docs really quick here, it will explain that, and I'll just read it to you, and maybe they'll show like an example. So you'll see here, it shows here, and then let's see, where did I read about it at? The differences, forfeit. Does it talk about the forfeit? No, it doesn't. I think it does. I think I missed it. It's got to talk about that. It's got to talk about that. I think I went over it the other day too, because right now you can forfeit, and it wouldn't make sense to you. Why did you get in? But look at this right here. Claim that ETH, that drip. 20 days. If you got in, you got in. It's over. But there should be a claim button coming up when this time frame's over. When this claimable timer's up, it should go from forfeit to claim, right? So I want to see if you get anything back at all. What was that? Let's see. So when you deposit Titanx, you receive a massive share of ORX. But if you claim early, you will forfeit the vast majority of tokens. They call that EVFs. Or early vest forfeits are portions of ORX which are returned to the forfeit sync address. It's a multi-sig address. Okay. So yeah, you're going to see those numbers change actually after that timer's up, from what I understand. So if you're seeing this here, right, when it says claim, you're probably going to be able to see a claim button, and it'll tell you how many tokens you would get back that are claimable. But you can't even claim for the 28 days. So you forfeit the whole thing. You push this. It says you're literally going to nuke your entire claim. Are you sure you want to do this if you were to forfeit right now? And do you get that Titanx back? No. Big problem effing around in comments while at work. Yeah, man. Don't want to get caught up in that. So I'm going to put here, what project should I cover during Friday's live stream? At AlienX, or I'm on Twitter right now. Let me see Vault's page, because they have, I don't know if they have a new page for the new project, right? But it's going to be called Viper. And it's going to be built for, is it DragonX or Hydra? I forget. Viper. So they don't have a page for Viper yet. Not yet. But I'm going to put Viper. Let's see. But I'll tag the Vault team. All right. So I'll show you while I'm sharing this so you can see my screen. Let's see. At Vault. All right. And I'm going to put the go vote. Go follow me on Twitter. Right. So let's see what the people want. Screw what I want. Let's see if they want AlienX or Viper. And I think there's some information on Viper. If there's not, I'm going to ask Steve. If the vote is Viper, I'm going to say, Steve, I need some docs right now. Just a little piece, right? But let's see. We'll give him 12 hours to vote. So we'll do 12 hours, put it to 0 days. And I got to get all the hashtags. If you don't get the hashtags, people aren't going to know, right? Aren't going to know. Build on Titan. Build on Sui. What's going on, fool? Build on Titanx. It's not even pulling up. I'll just put hashtag Titanx. That's good enough. So go vote. Tomorrow, we either cover Alien X on the live stream or we're talking about Viper. Whatever information I can come up with. Whatever information I got. Whatever information I got. So I will contact Steve directly. Viper is for Dragon X. Yeah. There you go. Viper is for Dragon X. That's right. They're going to build for Dragon X. They're going to build for Tink. They're going to build for Inferno. So, you know, Steve is putting in work. He's got that tech that everyone's like, please build for me, please. I need you, Captain. Help me, help me. You know, I think he can come and save a lot of projects from literally dying off because it's the new tech. Everybody wants the lead vault. You know, let's be honest about it. People aren't excited about you anymore. It's because your tech wasn't that great. Vault is awesome. ORX is awesome. ORX is going to be a tough act for anyone to follow. I don't think it's going to be done. Vault, people will copy it or use vault mechanics or tokenomics and probably twist it. But Steve's already doing that before anybody else does by making Viper, by making, you know, this and that for these types of these different tokens. All right. Inferno, Viper. I'm just curious at what people are. I think everyone's going to vote Viper. But that's going to tell you right now, as new as Alien is, what are people going to vote? Right now, it's one vote. Beating Viper, so it's got 100% of the vote, but people will find it, and we'll let the people decide. You can follow that on Twitter. It's got 12 hours until it finishes. So I anticipate that the alien people, the alien community are going to be like, let's vote, because you got to work for your bags. Whatever the community decides, I'll talk about that tomorrow. Because other than that, I only want to talk about Volt. I only want to talk about Ouroboros, right? That's what I'm the most excited about. So let's go look at what I got liquid here. Boom. Let's look at the stats. Damn, homie. 23.29% of the Volt has been bought and burned. Removed from the circulating supply. That's 245,683,989 Volt. Crazy. They got 5.1 million worth of Titanx left. They're burning every 5 minutes 22,344 Titanx. It's incredible. That's incredible. Who would have ever thought? Would Element 280 have done better if the initial buy and sell tax was lower? I'm hearing people are not liking that, man. They're not liking that sell tax. I think it goes away after the minting phase, but you understand, like Element 280 came out. Let's look at the token. And people are looking at the rewards and going like, it's not like crazy at this point. But if the adoption happens and it grows, and it will, but let's see. $70,000 volume in 24 hours. $74,000 in liquidity. I love the dude. I love the dude. Let me start off by saying I love the dude, right? And let's go look at the website really quick. I love the dude. I love him. I think he's a good guy. I want, you know, for this to succeed. But let's go see what's under the hood. What's going on under the hood? Stats. This will show you who's excited about this. Total NFTs burned 646. Total multipliers 2,101 or 21,011. Got the little pie chart. Total burned. It's burning all of these tokens. So if I were, and I don't know if he would be like, yeah, maybe I should have did that. But if I were looking at how this came about, is I think he did good and wanted to support everything in the ecosystem. But if you build something like this that supports everything, the problem you have is when you're supporting everything, not everything's doing good, right? Not everything is holding its own weight. There was hype and then it died off. More tech came out, protocols did better. So I would have been in his shoes. I would have said Element 280 is not going to support everything. It's going to support the best of the best. Because if you support the best of the best, you get to ride the coattails of the best of the best. And more money gets distributed to you because maybe there's a lot of things not going on with the protocols. So I would have just did Titanx, Hyper, Helios because that's his project, DragonX, Hydra, and based off everything we've seen play out and the performance of where everything is at this point, the only other two I would have added on top of that would have been Vault because of how popular and how much Titanx it's bought and burned. Titanx farms, you can't forget that. And then ORX, right? I don't know anything about JakeX, LegendX. I don't want to say anything bad about any of these or not include them because I don't like them. I'm going based off performance. I would only include the hot topics. Maybe there would have been a different outcome for that reason. Maybe. But right now, it needs marketing. It needs more users. It needs more traffic. And it's got a lot going on. So it's like you can invest in this and then you own a piece of the entire ecosystem. And at first I was like, oh, you get a piece of the entire ecosystem. Great. So if you're looking at it from a business, would you want to have a piece of everything, even like a dying business and businesses that aren't doing well? Or would you want a piece of like In-N-Out and McDonald's where their drive-throughs are completely filled and inside is packed and they make a lot of money? Or do you want those two and then some mom and pop shops that got two people ordering, sitting in, every hour? That's how I look at it. Viper. Yeah, anything Steve builds, put it in there. Everything's got to be performance based. So I don't know how Baby Dragon X is doing. Let's go take a look. Let me see. They want to do an interview on here. I said I would, right? Anybody who wants to come and talk about their Titanx protocol, it helps the ecosystem, I'll bring them on. I'm in the works of doing something with the Baby Dragon X team to bring them on, right? I don't know much about it. I just know by looking at it, $63,000 in volume for the day, $2.1 million market cap, 1 million liquidity. Doesn't seem like a lot of action, but hey, I will hold judgment or have anything to say until I interview them. That's always a determining factor too. If I want to be involved, it may be something that I should want to be involved with, or regret not being in it. But we'll see. We'll see. But you tell me. Everybody in the chat right now, right? I'm only covering from what I can see. Give me a list of hands. How many people are excited and hyped for Element 280? What's the room feeling? Are you guys excited about it? Or you were, now you're not? Or you weren't excited, now you're even more excited? Tell me in the comment section. Are you excited about Element 280? Are you excited about Baby Dragon X? The people will tell you. It's interesting too. That's why I did this vote too on Twitter. It's like just taking it from the room and saying, okay, we got 11 votes so far, 63.6% Viper versus Alien X. And Alien X just came out today. Viper hasn't come out yet. The community will tell me what they're more excited about. And when I do a survey like that, right, on purpose, and because I need to know where money's going to go based off excitement, that'll tell me if I should get into a protocol or not. Okay. If it's a landslide, one versus the other, okay, that's the best place to go. And maybe I might get into the other one because it was a close call. But if it's like at the end of 12 hours, 200 votes, 70% wanted this, 25% wanted that, it's a landslide. That means not a lot of money is going to go into the other one. So when I do a survey like that, a poll, I'm really just testing the minds of everybody. I want to know. Oh, Matrix. I don't even know what is Matrix. Is it out yet? Let me take a look. Is there a ticker? You got a ticker? I'll look at Matrix. I'll look at the metrics of Matrix. I don't see nothing here. Maybe it's not out yet. Volt, Matrix, Ouroboros. Oh, Lotus is coming out. That's another Steve project. So, yeah, Mike Dean's project, bro. You already know. You don't even need to take a vote for that. It's going to be built for Hyper. You don't even, yeah. Don't even need to vote for that. You already know. That's a no-brainer. Mike Dean launches. When that Mike Dean launch happens, it would be silly. Be silly to sleep on that. So I know that for me, that's what I'm thinking for sure. But yeah, guys, don't forget the links in the description. If you guys decide to do Ouroboros, get your friends involved. There's onboarding. You click here, you get your link, get people involved. Thank you for anyone who uses my link. I appreciate you more than I can ever thank, because this could turn out to be something huge, and I get you would get some tokens, getting your friends and family involved, or people that are interested in the Titanx ecosystem. Supports the channel, so thank you very, very much for supporting the channel by using the link or using anybody else's link. But I appreciate those that do. Tomorrow's video will be based off of this poll we just did. 14 votes so far. We're ready to talk about Alien X tomorrow or Viper. So I'll probably be hitting up whatever team I need to hit up tomorrow and say, hey, I need some quick bells and whistles because I'm going to cover you in tomorrow's stream. And we'll discuss. We'll let the people decide. So don't forget, support the channel by smashing the like button. Pound the like button, post notifications, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter page is the links in the description. Go on X, repost this, all the Titanx hashtags, get it out there. Till next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady LaFontaine, just get it. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loot, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in a wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches.